Our cultures are all different. Some people can sleep during the daytime, and others can't access the internet. I'll be telling you about 13 things that are in my culture that I do. I live here in the US, and that means that in our government it is a democracy, and that means that it is run by the people. This means that anyone over 18 can vote for a president and vice president. And because it is a democracy, you are free to say anything and not get arrested. In my culture, we have dogs, cats, squirrels, mosquitoes, and flies. My favorite type of animal would be a dog because they're more loyal, smart, and just more cuter than cats. Also, I have a dog and his name is Toby. For breakfast, I eat cereal, muffins, and breakfast burritos. For lunch, we eat pizza, burgers, fries, chicken, steak, fish, sandwiches, burritos, etc. For dinner, it's basically the same as lunch, but we like to eat more steak and chicken for dinner. My favorite meal would have to be burritos because I like how much different stuff you can just put inside a tutorial. So every day, me and my sister go to school and my parents go to work. After school, I do homework and not much else. Usually once every week, my dad tells me to mow all our grass, and every other day I do dishes. Usually what I do every day after homework is play video games and watch YouTube. On our vacations, we often go to our grandparents' home in Colorado. We like to go there at the winter time because in Colorado there's actually snow instead of slush in Texas. We also like to go to Galveston for the beach and Schlitterbahn. An example of a taboo in my culture would be using a phone during a conversation. Imagine if you ask someone something and they go, "Oh yeah, hold on. You have it? What?" Another taboo would be trying to kill someone. I know this is obvious, but it's still something that we should consider unacceptable. The status of my culture would be upper class because I don't see anyone that goes crops. Also, we have things like cars, two-story houses, electricity, computers, phones, etc. And we have enough money to go to the store and get food instead of hunting for it. For me, I'm usually maybe sick once every other year, but mostly healthy. Also, I'm pretty happy with a home, a computer, a family. If I can change anything about my culture, is that when school would be online so that people can study what they like and go on their own pace. A group that I belong to is the STEM group, which stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math. What I mostly want to do is using computers and other devices. I'm currently in two STEM classes this year, and I want to become a STEM major. Knowledge is passed on by schools and your parents. My parents teach the very basics like walking and speaking, and in school they teach you about letters, math, history, and science. In our culture, we receive a lot of information online and or on TV. The news on TV can tell you about things such as hurricanes and recent events. Online, there are countless websites and news channels that have their own websites. We live in a suburb, which means that there's a bunch of neighborhoods together. This can affect what jobs are present because to have a lot of houses, you need a lot of people with good jobs. So there needs to be a lot of jobs opportunities. Also, most houses in my neighborhood are two-story, so people in it have good jobs because the two-story houses are more expensive and the neighborhood is nice and clean. For my language, I speak English, and since I live in Texas, I say words like y'all. I'm currently trying to learn Spanish because a second language is useful in Texas, and Texas is near Mexico, so there are a lot of people in Texas that speak Spanish.